RBT family, what is the deal? It's your dog Willie Jack, and we are back, baby, with another exciting week of football. It's on the way. It's underway already. We've already got a London game or a Europe game that's already ready to, or that's already ongoing. So we are already here, man. We are already here. Sunday Funday football pregame show live and in full effect. How you doing? How you feeling? How you doing? How you feeling? It's Sunday morning. Hopefully you up early, getting your day started. Get your coffee cracking. Do what you got to do. Pull up, get real comfortable. Sitting here, chill with your dog, and we're gonna have fun like we always do. Y'all know what's going on. I'm a little disheveled as always, but never y'all mind. Let's get it going. Oh, look who it is. Look who it is. Appreciate you. Fam bam in the building this morning. Appreciate y'all already. Let's go. Feeling good, feeling great. Let's do it. For sure. For sure. So, definitely a lot of good matchups to get into today. Definitely a lot of fun football coming up this week for sure. For sure. Then as always, man, it was another good week of college football as well, man. Some high caliber, high profile matchups, some close finishes down to the wire. So man, we'll probably try to touch on all of that just a little bit. Just a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, my bad. See, it's been one of them mornings. And then also, me, I probably won't get too much into it on this show, but man, there was a tremendous fight last night. Now, yesterday, early evening, late afternoon. And I'm not gonna lie. And I'm talking, of course, about the Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. Just light heavyweight, undisputed light heavyweight championship match last night, yesterday afternoon, evening. And man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I think the main event kicked off on that at was it 5? Maybe it's 4. I don't even think it was 4:30. I think it was like 5 o'clock. I think it was like, let's say roughly a 5 o'clock start time on that Bivol Beterbiev matchup yesterday. And man, I'm here for it, man. I'm a fan of it. I'm tired of having to wait till 10 o'clock to see the main event of a boxing match start, man. Like, it's getting on my nerves. I shouldn't have to wait till 10:30 to see Tank and Frank Martin come to the ring. I'm getting too old for that, man. All right? I'm getting too old. I'm not trying to be up at 1 o'clock trying to finish a boxing match, man. That 5 o'clock start time was wonderful. I think that fight was over by 7 o'clock. It was. It was probably over like 6:45. That was perfect. It was perfect. I'm not mad at that at all. I could live to see all of my primetime premium high caliber boxing matches. Get them started about 6 o'clock. Says it for real. Seriously, I'm telling you, sometimes it's a struck, man. Look, we fight, and I won't lie to y'all. I did fall asleep. What fight was that I fell asleep on, man? But it's not my fault. Like I said, the main event didn't start till like I said, main event they didn't walk to the ring till about 10. Man, I ain't make it, man. I made about 5-6 rounds. I'm trying to think, what fight was that? It's gonna drive me crazy now. It was earlier like this summer. It wasn't too long ago. But I tell y'all what, man. They gotta do something about that. But now, and you know what, man? Because I definitely got a lot to say about that Bivol and Beterbiev fight. I definitely got a lot of thoughts on that fight, man. I might have to. I know it's football season. All right, I know it's football season, so I know it's not the time to do this. I understand, but I don't know, man. I might have to work something out, man, so I can talk a little boxing talk, man. I want to talk a little boxing talk. off of the heels of that fight, but we'll get to that when it's time to get to that. But yeah, getting back into football. I ain't don't you talking too much. Don't tell everybody you're doing too much. Just sit back and just chill. You're doing too much. See? It might have been, I don't know. It might have been, I can't remember. The face is not the name. I'm trying to remember. I mean, I don't doubt it. I'm trying to. Oh, if you're talking about nah, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. I don't know, but getting back into the football for right now, at least. Let's go ahead and get started. Touch on that Thursday night game, San Francisco at Seattle. I went back and forth on that game. I think I had San Francisco doing it. Then I talked myself out of it, talking on the show, fooling with Chop, probably. Went the other way. And then San Francisco ends up pulling it out. Let's see here. Yeah. 36-24 on a short week on the road. I thought that would play a bigger part in it. And honestly, there were still opportunities there for San Francisco. The game was a little tighter than the final score shows. 8 points. No, that's 12 points. Yeah, it's definitely a little tighter than the final score shows. Some really questionable or weird kind of calls in this one. Some weird issues with the review. And here's the thing as well. Without even getting into the specifics of the play, there was a play that was challenged or under review on a punt? But the fact that in the league came out and said it, or the replay office that came out and said it like live during the game, that they didn't have all the angles available to review the play that the TV broadcast had. And that right there is just tomfoolery. That's plain old tomfoolery. Because don't tell me that Amazon got there and set up their cameras for entertainment, and their cameras are better equipped than the technical professionals who don't do this for entertainment. This is their job. This is what they do. Like, there's a whole office in New York whose sole purpose is to watch every single game and be ready to review and help assist on plays that require replay. And y'all telling me that so we got to see better replays than y'all got to see in the laboratory. You know what I mean? Like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's a real problem for the league. And if that's the case, then y'all need to have a copy of the TV version playing in the replay room then, in the replay room. Because if you telling me with every camera, every screen, every angle that y'all set up that should be good enough to see these plays, if y'all still don't get it, but us at home and the people in the stands can watch on the big screen a better replay or better angle of the play, the NFL, you're doing something wrong, man. And we can't have $1 billion mistakes when there's as much money being made in the NFL. That's something that just feels inexcusable, man. Feels sloppy. Because it's not that it can't be done. It's one thing, it's like, man, it just ain't no way in the world we could have seen that crazy angle. That's one thing. But don't tell me y'all just don't have the capability to see it and we watching it on the big screen in the stadium. I'm at the crib on the couch watching the replay and y'all don't have this angle. That's a real problem, man. That's a real problem. Sis in the building, she said, when they said the ball touched the receiver's face. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this play. This play, exactly. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Come on. And that's the thing, too. Like, man, it feels like this happens more than it should. This isn't the first time we ran into this. It's not like this is just a one-off thing. No. We've ran into this before, so that's a problem. There should be no camera that Amazon has that the NFL doesn't. Like, what are they doing? I don't know, man. It raises a lot of questions. But outside of that, San Francisco, like I said, tough task, man. You come off of a loss. I feel like San Francisco's dropped 2 games that they kind of let slip through their fingers, and divisional games as well. The Rams, the Cardinals, and then now this third divisional game, the Seahawks. They stopped that slide, especially interdivision slide. But man, on a short road, on the road during a short week, and against like I said, man, one of your most bitter rivals in division, that was a tall order. but they got it done. Brock Purdy's been playing good ball, man. Brock Purdy's been playing damn good ball. Every single stat maybe isn't the prettiest, I guess so to say. But nah, man, when you actually watch the game, watch him play, man. He's playing great ball. He goes for 255 in this one, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he's really becoming a very dangerous. What's the right way to say it? I was gonna say scrambler, but that I don't want to take it too far. You know what I mean? I don't want to go too far and mention him in this. I'm not trying to go too far and mention him in the same breath as guys like Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, like, these guys. I'm not saying that, but movement around, moving in the pocket, timely first down runs, them little 3rd and 6s where, coverage is locked down for 3 seconds plus, man. He can go get you 6 yards, man. He can go get you 8, 9, 10, 12 yards, man, when it needs to. He can. And dare I say it, man, some of these escapable plays and he's like, I don't know, man. No, I ain't gonna go that far. But he's playing damn good ball, man. He's playing damn good ball. Deebo Samuels had a big day in this one. Well, he made a big play in this one. 3 catches, 100 yards on a touchdown. Like I said, capped off by the 76-yard catch and run. That bolsters that. Kittle still getting it, still touching paint. I think since Kittle returned from that injury in which he missed like 2-3 games. No, I think it was 2 games. I believe it was 2 games. 2 games, 3 at worst. But anywho. But no, he's been touching paint since then, man. 5 catches, another 60 yards, and 2 touchdowns in this one as well. And so, yeah, they go in there and they get it done. Big day from the rookie, Isaac Guerendo. I believe that's his name. He breaks a big one toward the end there. Finishes with 10 for 99. I think he broke like a 70-yard run or something. Then there's been some discussion. Did he slide? Was he going to get caught? Did he slide intentionally to make like a play to make sure they run out the clock or whatever? Shanahan said in the post game that he didn't tell him to slide. He's like, hell no, nah, man. You could have scored that touchdown. So he was teasing him like maybe he just got tracked down when he took that knee to try to save face. Y'all see you see what she said? She said ain't no free rides. She said ain't no free rides, man. You pull up, drop something in the chat for your dog. I appreciate you. Some of them are new here. Some are new here. They don't know all the rules, man. They don't know all the rules. It's all good. But yeah, nah. So definitely still a good game, man. Good win for San Francisco. Definitely a win that was needed. Like I said, the season didn't ride on this game, but definitely a win that was needed. Like I said, going 0-3 in division. This, like I said, just to start this early of the season and be down 0-3 in division. I mean, that's just a difficult position to put yourself in. And so you're already down 0-2, like I said, the Cardinals and the Rams. And so picking up this win on the road against San Francisco, it was a good one, man. And like I said, doing it on a short week as well. So nice bounce back game for that Niners locker room. And especially that Niners locker room has got so much in the air. So Christian McCaffrey, we've known what's going on with him, the double Achilles injuries, if he'll make it back this year. And then his fill-in, the undrafted third year back, Jordan Mason. We've already talked about him extensively on the show. Shout out to you, bro. But he goes down with injury in this game. Finishes only with 9 carries. 9 carries for like 70 yards, I want to say, in this one before he goes down with some style of injury. And so, I mean, and they've already battled injury with Kittle and Deebo already missing substantial time this season already. Ayuk getting off to a slow start. And so there's still a lot that's up in the air for this San Francisco team for sure. And so, like I said, man, that was definitely a much needed win on the road on a short week against a tough opponent. Now, one more thing too, man. Speaking of, I think I might have mentioned it, but no, it was some good college football this weekend. I didn't get to see every minute of all the games that I wanted to see because, of course, I did watch the Better Biev and Duval light heavyweight undisputed match that came on in the afternoon. But did get to see a lot of good ball. Went back and played catch up on some others, but Big matchup for sure. No, well, the biggest matchup I think of the weekend was definitely number 2 Ohio State on the road against number 3 Oregon. Sad to say I didn't get to catch every minute of this game like I would have wanted to, but this was a fantastic game. Heavyweight matchup, two powerhouses, both of them playing extremely well. They're number 2 and number 3 in the country for a reason. Both of them undefeated. But both of them have top tier primetime style of talent. Rookie receiver for Ohio State, Jeremiah Smith. It feels like we've been talking about this kid for about 2 years. He has been very, very impressive, damn near dominant to this point in the season as a freshman. Then on the other side, Dylan Gabriel, transfer quarterback for Oregon. He's been playing very well. He's in the Heisman mix as well. I don't think he's in that top crop of Heisman hopefuls, but he's in that second tier or that he's in that second tier for sure for myself. And so, but he plays well or like I said, does enough to get the win there. LSU has another exciting finish. Feels like LSU's been involved in like 2 or 3 like exciting end of game style of finishes. Earlier in the year with USC, how that game played out, went down to the wire, and explosive plays on both sides of the ball. They have another explosive finish in an overtime win against Ole Miss on the road. I'm not even gonna try to say homeboy's name. The quarterback from LSU, Gus. You know who you are, bruh. Shout out to you. But throws a dime, throws a touchdown, back shoulder touchdown to Kyron Lacey for the overtime win, 26-23. They just made it look so easy and so routine, both the throw and the catch. I mean, it was a terrific play. Gus, I'm going to learn your name, bruh. My fault. Another one of those guys, though, that's he's earned some Heisman chatter as well. Same as the Dylan Gabriel with Oregon. I don't think he's necessarily in that tier 1 top crop of hopefuls, but he's another guy that's definitely towards the top of that next batch or next group of guys for me for sure. Alabama had a tough hard-fought win over the weekend after a very surprising upset loss to Vandy just last weekend. One of the bigger upsets we've seen definitely in these last 5-10 years. I mean, it was pretty bad, man. As impressive as Alabama was for about 2.5 to 3 quarters against Georgia, and then to still pull that out, even though Georgia rallies, but to still pull that out, as impressive a performance as that was, then the following week, going and getting them paws put on you by Vanderbilt. There's no other way to say it, man. Vandy went out there and took it to Alabama. They did, and then closed it out, finished it out. So then this week, a young but talented South Carolina team, stud receiver offensively. They got a stud D lineman as well. So talented team. They get out of there in a tough one, 27-25. Jalen Milroe, shaky performance, man. Shaky performance in this one. He goes, 16 for 23, 200 yards, 1 touchdown. Does throw 2 interceptions. On the ground, tough day as well. 18 carries, only 36 yards. Does touch paint twice, though. So 2 touchdowns on the ground that kind of help as the great equalizer for sure with his talent and ability. But yeah, definitely. If he's probably had the highest variance in like his Heisman campaign 2 weeks ago, coming off of that victory at Georgia. People had catapulted him to the top. Some people had took him from somewhere around 5 as far as like in the Heisman race. Somewhere around 5, 4, 5, 6 to number 1. And then in these last 2 weeks concurrently, man, I don't know. I don't know if can we still say he's. I don't know. In my own Heisman race, I don't know if he's still in the top 5, man. I don't know. I think this is 2 poor performances in back-to-back weeks. This one they find a way to get a win, but still, man, the competition at the top is too tight. Competition at the top is too tight, man. You gotta show up and show out every opportunity you get for sure. And then on the other side, then also standout freshman receiver Ryan Williams, probably playing the best out of any wide receiver in the country. He's 17-year-old freshman Alabama Ryan Williams, man. He's held in check in this South Carolina game as well. I think he only finished 2-3 catches for like 25, 30 yards. And so tough day at Slayton, tough day at the office for Alabama, even though they do find a way to get away with the victory. Then what's one more? One more I want to talk to y'all about. Oh man, can't leave out Ashton Genty, Boise State. Boise State plays Hawaii. They get it done in convincing fashion, 28-7. We don't care about that. What did Ashton Genty do? I'll tell you what he did. 31 carries, 217 yards and a touchdown, another 20 yards receiving and another receiving touchdown. 2 touchdowns on the day. I think this is his 4th 200-yard game of the season. They've played 6 games. They've played 6 games. He has 4, it's either 3 or 4 games he's cracked 200. And here's the thing about it as well. The Oregon team, the same Oregon team that just beat Ohio State in a thriller, 31-32. I should have talked more about that game. 31-32. Ohio State has the ball late. They're right around midfield. They need to get a field goal. There's 10 seconds left on the clock. They've got a timeout, at least one. I want to say they had multiple, but weird sequence of events. Oregon supposedly put 12 men on the field intentionally to ensure they don't give up a big play, and then if anything, they get a redo. And it takes time off the clock because the play will still stand with that style of penalty. It's not a dead ball penalty where you just get yards to scoot up. So I think Ohio State, it was an incomplete pass on the left sideline anyway, but it cost them 4 seconds. And now there's 6 seconds. They get the penalty, and so now is it 4th down as well? Whatever the case. Will Howard, transfer quarterback from Kansas State, I believe, actually now to Ohio State. This is what I don't like. This is inexcusable. They go trips. It's 3-by-1, trips on the front strong side, 1-on-1 on the back side, 6 seconds left. He scrambles. He ends up scrambling and sliding, but slides too late. He doesn't get down soon enough or fast enough for them to call a timeout. Because they, like I said, they were only down 1, and they were right there knocking on field goal range. So 10 yards makes it a makeable field goal. You know what I mean? Not an easy field goal, not a short field goal still, but a makeable field goal. One you have a chance about. It has still been like a 54-yarder, so it's not out of the realm of the makeable. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken. So he ends up scrambling. He picks up good yardage, maybe 8 yards or so, maybe more, whatever it was, and gets down. There's no time on the clock. This is what I don't like. He sat back. That decision's got to be made quickly. Like, it's almost got to be designed, and it wasn't a designed QB draw. Like, I like that mindset better if it's designed or if we go right now. You know what I mean? Because now I got time to pick up what I can, get down, call the timeout, and maybe now we got a second or two on the clock to come out there and try that long field goal. He dropped back and scrambled for like 4 seconds. So he wasted like 4 seconds. I mean, I know it wasn't designed. He wanted to go up the field, take a shot, and take an opportunity, or whatever the case. Of course, Oregon is guarding that. They're not going to live it up anything over the top, or whatever the case. But so you waste 3.5, 4 seconds there. Then you scramble. Then you get down. I mean, he probably picked up an extra 3 yards that he didn't need. You know what I mean? It's just as far as the timing goes. But long story short, it gets down too late. They don't get to call the timeout. They end up losing by 1 point. Entertaining game for sure. I don't know how I started preaching about Ashton Genty and then fell off into that Ohio State game again. But I said that to say, that's why. That Oregon. So that Oregon team that just got took to the wire by Ohio State, Ashton Genty put up 192 yards against them in like 24, 26 carries, I want to say. Something like that. So he's got 3 or 4 200-yard games, and he's got a 192-yard game against Oregon. That, like I said, that just fell shy of 200. That's where I was getting with all of that. Okay, that's where all of that was going. Now, also, by comparison, Ohio State has 2 of the top 5 backs in the country as well on the same roster, Travion Henderson and Quinshon Judkins. So they've got a 2-handed monster there as well in their backfield. And I think combined, both their backs went for Travion Henderson had the better day. I want to say he had like 70-ish yards, 70, 75 yards, something like that. Quinshon Judkins was tough sledding. he had probably 25, 30 yards, 25 to 35 yards. So let's say the two of them combined, maybe they cracked 100 yards. Ashton Gentry with Boise State blocking for him went for a $192 and took him to the wire as well. That was a one-score game. Oregon won that game. That was a one-score game. And Ashton Gentry didn't have Will Howard at quarterback, didn't have Jeremiah Smith out at receiver. He doesn't have that O-line Ohio State had. So that's how impressive Ashton Gentry is and has been. I said all that to say that's how impressive he's been. Then, of course, we can't get out of here without talking a little bit about Uncle Deion and them, man. About cutting Deion and them. Out in Colorado, highly anticipated matchup against Kansas State. Kansas State going to Boulder. Kansas State ranked in the top 20. I think they were ranked 18th in the country going into this game. Colorado 4-1, unranked currently. But this was a fantastic game or an entertaining game. Like I didn't get to see every single part of the game. I had to catch the back end of this one for sure. But no, exciting game. A game that also ended up going down to the wire. The Stars were definitely big impacts and impacts for both reasons, for what they did on the field and what they were unable to do on the field. And I'm explaining that. So Shedeur Sanders, quarterback for Colorado, comes out on fire in this game. I think he started this game like 15 for 16, like 180 yards and a touchdown. And so it was just surgical to really start to open this game. He finishes 34 for 40, 388 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Now, the interception that he did throw, I mean, the ball just, it looks like one that just got away from him. Just sailed one. I mean, he literally just, it was, I don't know. I can't explain it. I mean, I don't know if it, I don't know, lost grip or just, like I said, it just really just got away from him. Air Mails won on a pass over the middle. Ball probably lands like 6 yards behind the receiver that was cutting across. And so it goes into the arms of the Oregon safety. So easy interception, terrible interception, honestly. But other than that, on what was a very precise day throwing the football. And like I say, even with that, he throws the 1 interception and finishes 34 for 40 for damn near 400 yards. So definitely move the ball. And now here's the thing as well, also that makes this very impressive. He did this without his top 2 receivers. So his top 2 receivers, and yes, of course, talking about number 1, Travis Hunter, best individual player in the country. Travis Hunter. He goes down in the second quarter of this game with the shoulder injury, I believe, and doesn't return. He finishes his short day, 3 catches, 26 yards, so you lose him. You also lose your number 2 receiver, Joe Horn Jr., who is very dynamic, very speedy, very dangerous player. You lose him as well. So he's out also. And so to have this style performance in a game that goes down to the fourth quarter, they come back in this one and take a fourth quarter lead before Kansas State rallies and goes and gets a touchdown. We'll touch on that in a second here as well. But you're down your top 2 guys, and it still had this style performance. Shout out to Amarion Miller, man, the next guy up. Next guy that was up in that room, I guess, the number 3 guy who assumed the role of go-to guy, and he finishes with a big day. I want to say he had, I thought I wrote it down. I want to say he had 8 catches for, he went like 8 for like $160. Or like 8 for like 168 or 8 for 188. It was a very big day by him picking up the slack left behind by Shedeur. Nah, golly, can't talk. Picked up the slack in the receiver room, left behind by Travis Hunter and Joe Horn Jr. And so, but yeah, no, they come back in this game. Wait, did I give you the score? They fall short 31-28. But they come back in this game to take the lead in the fourth quarter. I think that gives them 28-24 with 3 minutes left or whatever the case. And the game went a touchdown for Kansas State. And this is why Travis Hunter is the best player in the country. Because he's the most important player for Colorado offensively and defensively, outside of Shedeur, because the quarterback, of course, we know it starts there. So we remove the quarterback from the equation. We know where it starts. So out of everyone else on the field, he's the most important guy on both sides of the ball. And it's because, Like in a game like this, Shador throws for 388. Another receiver has damn near 200 yards and a couple touchdowns. We air it out. We're passing the ball. But they lost this game on a one-on-one backside go ball to your ex-receiver who makes a play at the catch point, shakes off a tackle, and takes it 50 yards to the crib. Like, that's where we needed that was Travis's play right there. That's Travis's play right there. And I'm not going to tell you that it can't be done. I'm not going to tell you he's never given up a touchdown. I'm not going to tell you he's never been beaten one-on-one. I'm not going to say he hasn't. But I tell you what, and this is no disrespect to you from Colorado, homeboy, Jace Brown finished with 6 catches, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns, including that 50-yard game winner right there. I tell you what, we ain't putting that in the bank with Travis on the field, man. One-on-one, no help. And shout out to number 24. They put you in the big boy. Hey, man, Travis was out, next man up, and they put you in a big boy position, dog. Because you one-on-one backside on just a go ball, and I ain't see it. No help over it. One-on-one, man-on-man, cat coverage, go make a play. And, man, Jace Horn, man, at the catch point, went up and got it. And then I don't know what you was looking at, man. I hate the after. One thing about that play, you can't give up the catch, right? You can't give up that catch. But if you do, because the other side is good too. The other side's on scholarship too. No, it's NIL. We can say it. The other guy's getting paid too. So everybody out here is you know what I'm saying, somebody at this point, right? So maybe he's gonna make a play because the other side makes plays too. You can't get spun around and watch him run another 30 yards for a touchdown. That's what you can't do. That's inexcusable. That's inexcusable. If for some reason he makes that catch, he cannot score that touchdown. It wasn't in the end zone. It was a 20, 30-yard pass in the air. Then you get turned around. You know what I'm saying? You get turned around. You heading out of bounds and looking over your shoulder. Like, wait a minute. And Buddy's 30 yards up the field, dancing in the end zone. That's what's crazy, man. That's what's crazy. And that goes to show the value of Travis Hunter. Because I don't know if they get that play with Travis Hunter right there. I'm comfortable saying the thing about Travis Hunter that we've seen, and these things are intangible, right? Some people just have that, I hate to use the cliche term, clutch gene or da-da-da-da. Some guys just have it. Some guys really just rise to the occasion. When the lights get brightest, when the moment gets biggest, there's some guys that really do play their best ball. They power up. They charge up. They turn up. Travis Hunter's one of those guys, man. We've seen him week over week, play after play, make his biggest plays in the biggest moments. Goal line, in the B gap, forcing a fumble at the goal line. Come on, man. The touchdown on the right pylon. Time running out. Go ahead, touchdown. Getting face masked. You know what I'm saying? Touchdown catch, grab. We see him week after week when the lights are brightest, when the players are biggest, he steps up and he shows up and shows out in these moments, man. So not having Travis Hunter on the field for that for that game-winning touchdown by Kansas State, man, that's massive. And that's why he's the best player in the country right there. Because there's no other guy that we would ask or expect to be able to make that play. Come on, man. It's crazy. Crazy. But shout out to Kansas State, man. Like I said, they go out there and get it done. And then here's the thing about it as well. They score that touchdown on the plus side of the 2-minute warning. I think they get that touchdown, kick the extra point. Colorado has the ball back with like 2 minutes and 16 seconds left. And I believe they had at least, I want to say they had 1-2 touchdowns and a 2-minute warning. So, I mean, it's a tall order, though. I mean, it's not to say none of these things are given. And we've seen Shador go down and make magic as well. You know what I mean? So not that he's not up to the task, but to come back, to take that lead, then to give up that touchdown, that's a huge momentum blow, a huge momentum swift swing, and then to try to pick it back up again and go get it again. Mind you, already down your top two weapons in Travis Hunter and Joe Horn Jr. Man, that's a lot, man. That's a lot to ask for, but they fall short. And that was a terrific game, man. And then also, here's another thing, man, before we get out of that game. Shiloh, man. Shiloh Sanders was back. He broke his forearm or fractured a forearm earlier in this season. I think he's missed the last 3-4 weeks of games. This is his first return back as well. Boy, it was rough. It was rough. Shout out to the running back for Kansas State, Giddens. Because Giddens was a monster out there. 25 carries, 182 yards. Doesn't get in the end zone, surprisingly enough. But man, he put Shiloh on a few highlights, man. On a few highlights. And probably the worst one was Shiloh. We already know he's an aggressive, hard-hitting, downhill run support style safety. He flies down. He goes to break down a little bit. He's going to fill this alley beautifully. I mean, it was terrific the way he no hesitation, triggers. He gets downhill. He goes to kind of square or come to balance, and Giddens just gives him a little quick little and breaks Shiloh all the way down to his knee pads. The boy went to his knees, boy. Man, talk about a real life ankle breaker, dog. Real life ankle breaker. Real life, man. That boy strained a PCL. Man, went down. I know it hurt because his hands went, it fell to his knees. I know it hurt. And then Buddy, got loose on him, man. So rough day at the office for Shiloh. I think Shiloh probably missed at least 4 tackles in this game, man. So just a very, very rough day back at the office for Shiloh, man. But nah, rough day at the office for Shiloh. Tough loss for Colorado, man. This win could have been big. After going on the road and beating a UCF team in which, in hindsight, maybe they were, I don't know, what it is. They were the number 1 rush team in the country. Buffalo was two touchdown underdogs in that game, like 15-point underdogs in that game, and they dominate that game. Then they get the bye week. You get Shiloh back, one of your defensive captains, and you get a ranked opponent at the crib, prime time. So this was a massive game, man. They win this one. I think they have to be ranked, and they came. And like I said, they came close, man. They came close, and so we'll see how they bounce back, man. And hopefully, whatever's going on with Travis Hunter, man, hopefully this doesn't carry on into next week or extend it, because, like I said, man, he's firmly in the thick of a Heisman race. Now, last thing, I swear, if I had to update my Heisman rankings right now, I think Ashton Genty's the guy, man. I think Ashton Genty has took over that number 1 spot. He's been super impressive all year long. So it's not just a 1 week, 2 week thing. He's been super impressive right out the gate, dominant from the opening bell. Another 200-yard performance. I just told y'all he put up damn near 200 yards on that same Oregon team that held Ohio State's running back room in check and held on for a last-second victory as well. He took them boys to the shed. You know what I mean? So Ashton Genty got to be the guy in the top spot right now. It definitely hurts Hunter in that he got hurt in this big matchup. Like I say, he played about a quarter and a half. He got hurt in the second quarter and didn't play the rest of that game, and so wasn't able to, have the impact that I'm sure he would have had in this game. But he's still number 2 for me. Jalen Milroe, I gotta drop him, man. Jalen Milroe is dropped. I think he was at 5 for me anyway. 4 or 5. I think after Georgia, maybe I moved him to 4. I can't remember now. 4 or 5. Now, wherever he's at, I'll let the dust settle when it's time to. I'll go back and really put some thought into that. But for right now, off the top of my head, looking at his last 2 weeks, I can't say that he's a guy that should be in the top 5 right now. I can't do it. I'm starting to, the more and more I keep seeing it at the LSU quarterback, I'm liking what I'm seeing there. Dylan Gabriel, quarterback from Oregon, he's been having a fantastic year as well. And, man, I'm telling you, I mean, this is definitely way early or premature, but, man, I'm 2-3 more big weeks of Ryan Williams, and, man, it's going to be hard not to start saying his name. And so we'll see. We'll see how that shakes out, but that's enough of that, man. Oh, one of them members in the building, man. D-Dot, what's going on, man? He said Big Nation Business in the building. What's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah. As a matter of fact, that's perfect timing, man. It's time to get into these college games anyway. Big Nation business in the building. Hey, we got a big one today, man. We need this one. It's a very winnable game, man. It's a very winnable game, D-Dot. Raiders are trying to find they choosing from fat and ugly in the quarterback room. So now they're gonna start Aiden O'Connell. Devontae Adams ain't playing. Jacoby Myers ain't playing. They two top receivers are out. The defense lost Christian Wilkins in the middle. They got Max Crosby still there, you know what I mean? But yeah, man. So there's a lot going on, man. This is a game. This should be one that, man, we could bounce back, maybe try to get a little momentum, man. And then also, man, this is Justin. I think this is Justin last week, dog. I think this Justin Fields last week, man. He's got to show to be a difference maker. I think we win. We should win. I hope we win. But Justin's got to. He can't be a passenger in this one. Not if he wants to keep starting. I think Russell Wilson's healthy and ready to go, man. Russell's finally healthy. They finally got him officially active. He finally practiced for his first full week, all week this week. So Justin cannot have a performance like last week in Dallas. That was Justin Fields' worst game that we've seen this far. So he cannot have that and continue to be the starter, dog. He's got to go out there and play clean ball. Not only play clean ball, because that's not enough. Because playing clean has also led to him turning down opportunities, dog, or being too cautious, holding the ball a little too long. You know what I mean? But we'll see, man. We're going to get to it for sure. Moving on, man. Getting started here. Now, this game is in London. This game is already going on. And actually, you know what? Let me see if I can give us a live update. I took Chicago in this game 23-20. Honestly, I forgot it was in London, to tell you the truth. But I liked Chicago in this one, namely because of their defense. Chicago's defense is playing damn good ball, man. They are. And offensively, they had started to kind of figure things out with Caleb. The game started, slowing down for him. He had put up back-to-back 300-yard performances in his last two stateside victories that they had. And so it looks like things were coming together for that Chicago Bears offense to keep up with that defense now. And then here we go. Top of the fourth quarter, and Chicago leads 28-10. So when I was watching this earlier, of course, it was a tighter game in the early going. I think, it was a tighter game for sure in the first half. I think Chicago ended up scoring before halftime, get another score of 14-3. But I think it was 7-3 for a lot of the time when I was watching. And so it looks like in this second half, Chicago's really settled in. Oh, look at Caleb Williams. Matter of fact, let me update this caption. No, I'll leave it where it is. Caleb Williams is having a day. 20 of 25, only 183 yards, 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns. He does have an interception in this one as well, but 20 for 25, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. He's got 56 yards rushing on 4 carries. Oh, he's doing his thing. DeAndre Swift is having a good day. 14 carries, 86 yards. Cole Kmet, 4 catches, 40 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Keenan Allen making his return. Okay. Only 4 catches for 33 yards, but 2 touchdowns, getting in the paint. Okay. Keenan Allen back. Okay. I tell y'all what. These Bears, man. These Bears are going to make it real interesting in that NFC North. These Bears are going to be making it interesting, man. I think coming down the stretch, these Bears are going to make it interesting. I think so. I think the Lions are settling back in. Like I said, I think the Lions' start was a little up and down for me. It wasn't as smooth as I thought necessarily, but they are settling back in. They've got a big one today against Dallas. The Vikings have been like the Cinderella of the division. Let go of Kirk Cousins. You bring in Sam Darnold. Your top draft pick, J.J. McCarthy, is supposed to be the future. He goes down preseason, so now you're starting Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, who's been left for dead for the last 4 seasons or so. And, man, not only is he reborn, he's rejuvenated. And so you've got the upstart Vikings. You've got the Lions. They are kind of settling into their groove. You've got the wild card Packers, who finished as dominant as anyone in football to close out their season. Kind of young team that got in their own way in the playoffs. Honestly, kind of beat themselves. The in that last playoff stretch, a lot of expectations going into this year. You lose Jordan Love right there in the early parts of the season. Malik Willis comes in, gets 2 wins. So it's a lot of stuff going on with Green Bay. And here's Chicago, man, playing top 6, 7, 8 defense in the league right now with the young upstart quarterback who's finally settling in. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But it does look like Chicago is in firm control of this game right now. Like I said, 28? Yeah, 28-10. Fourth quarter just started. In the way that Chicago defense has been playing ball, I'd be surprised if I keep forgetting it is. Surprised if they let this one get away. Oh, my dog Miles is slid this thing, man. He said they should run it up. You talking about the Steelers Raiders, or you talking about the Bears should go ahead and keep running it up on the Jaguars? D-Dot, what he said, man. Predicting a big day for Pickens. Man, it's time to, dog. It's time to, man. It's time to. And this the thing, like all year, bro, like especially like the first few weeks, like man, the plays are there. It's like either we're not making the plays when they're there, or we make the play and then there's a penalty or something. We shoot ourselves in the foot and it doesn't hit the stat sheet. Like week 2 against Patrick Surtain, boy, Pickens ate that boy's lunch. Pickens ate that boy's lunch. Left 80 yards are off the field because of penalties on us, dumbass penalties on us. And he got like 2 PIs against Surtain. You know what I'm saying? Got Surtain 2 PIs as well. But like I said, man, doesn't hit the stat sheet, dog. Doesn't hit the stat sheet. But no, it's time for him to have a big one, dog. I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, he's definitely, man, it's definitely time, dog. Everything going on with him, man. They cut his snaps in half last week. And then when the chances he had, he just didn't play well. He's looking lazy on film, bro. Watch back, his game film is terrible, dog. No effort. I mean, it's crazy. Sis said, "What's up to Miles?" Yeah, them members tapping in. Ooh, Miles said, "Russ by quarter 3, 6 days. Justin doesn't get it going, and we make a change at halftime." And I'll tell you what, dog. I was feeling that way in Dallas. Man. But that's the thing. Like, Russ hasn't officially been active until this week. So he's been dressing every week, but he's not even active. So he's the emergency third string quarterback. Remember, they changed that rule, I think, like last year, where now you can have an emergency third quarterback. When San Francisco lost all their quarterbacks in that playoff game, they changed the rule. So now you can have an emergency third string quarterback he's not considered active unless he has to like come into play. So if you lose your first 2 quarterbacks like the Niners did, well, nobody can afford to carry a third quarterback on the active roster. You only get 46 active spots. And so that's why, I mean, they lost their quarterbacks. And so they changed that rule. Now you can get an emergency third guy. So basically you can call up a player who's not active officially, but if everybody goes down, you can have him play. So Russ has been doing that every week, but he hasn't been active. And so that's why last week when Justin Fields had to come out the game for just a play or two, Kyle Allen came in. And there was some discussion like, man, can we go ahead and get Russ in there because he's the emergency 3? They like, hell no. He don't count. He don't count unless your 2 goes down. So Kyle Allen, that's why Kyle Allen had to come in. And to his credit, he came in and threw a 20-yard pass on time, down the middle, in an NFL-style window. And that was the most explosive play we had in the game to that point. You know what I mean? So, but I'm with you, though, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. This is Russ' first full week of practice. You know what I'm saying? He practiced all week. He's officially active. He's the quarterback, too. So, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, bro. Justin Fields, you got a half of football, bro, to recapture some of that magic. You know what I'm saying? Or to show us that you can put together these flashes and perform, bro. Because I ain't going to lie. I've been Like I said, man, I'm ready. I'm ready for Russ too, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I like Justin Fields. I want us to keep Justin Fields as well. I do. I want to see what it looks like, man, with him being the guy. I think we can really make him the future guy going down the road. But we take your time, man. I think Russ. I want to see Russ, man. If Justin's not going to be able to, it's not enough to. It's not enough to do enough. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough to just do enough. That's what I'm getting at, man. Keandre in this thing, man. What's up, bruh? Said we still perfect. Hey, I ain't mad at you, dog. Hey, Keandre, you know what I'm gonna say, bruh? You know what I'm gonna say? Only thing better than 5-0 is 6-0, man. Only thing better than 5-0 is 6-0. Y'all on the bye week this week anyway, matter of fact. That's how I was looking to see. I was like, hold on, I think y'all on the bye week. Okay, so y'all going to the bye week 5-0. I ain't gonna lie, bruh. Y'all did y'all thing. Hey, Keandre, bruh, please tell me you watched that Better Be Evan Duval fight yesterday, dog. Tell me you seen Better Be Evan and Duval, dog. Man, I was talking earlier, you know what I'm saying, when I was just getting warmed up or whatever, but I know it's football season, okay? I know this. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to squeeze in. I'm gonna have to squeeze in a live, man. Talk a little boxing, man. We gotta talk a little boxing fans. Cause this Bavard Better Be a fight, man. I got some thoughts, man. If you saw the fight and you in the chat, go ahead and drop some. We ain't gonna get into it today. It's NFL Sunday. It's Sunday Funday football, baby. We ain't gonna get into it too much today. But put that in the back of your mind, man. I'm probably got to circle back, man. We have to talk a little bit of boxing. We overdue, man. We got to talk a little boxing, man. We had a big one last night. My dog Mouse, okay, yeah, still is overrated already. They know what's going on, man. Big Nation business in the building. They know what's going on. D-Dot said none of them make an effort to get out. No, I ain't gonna lie. I think like Calvin Austin, Van Jefferson, and whoever, I think they trying to get open. They just can't get open. GP ain't even trying, dog. GP ain't took it out of second gear since like week 2. GP been on cruise control, but no, I ain't gonna go that far back. Let's say that Colts game, week 4. I don't know if I seen him run full speed since week 4, man. Question it, or maybe week 4. Cause bro, man, it looks bad, dog. It looks bad. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, you missed one, dog. Yeah, you got to, dog. You got to. Now I'm gonna tell you, bro. It's for real pure boxing fans, dog. This was a very technical fight, dog. You know what I mean? Not flashy. This ain't a Tank Davis fighting a scrub. This ain't Tank Davis fighting somebody that we build up for 3 months before he goes and smokes him. It's not one of those fights. This was high level chess, dog. This was high level chess, man. I ain't lie. I thought it was a good ass fight. Well, yeah, I'm gonna talk. We gonna have to talk about it, man, for sure. Man, my bad, man. Hey, moving on, man. Getting back to this NFL football, man. Arizona on the road at Green Bay. Arizona with the impressive comeback. Like I said, they came back and took that game from the Niners and pulled that dub out. But there you go on the road to Green Bay. Jordan Love working himself back from injury. And I think he continues to settle in. I think Green Bay wins this game 27-23. I talked about it last week. Xavier McKinney, safety for the Packers. He came over from the Giants in free agency. He's had an interception in every game this season. 5 games, 5 interceptions. And I'm not gonna lie, man. Something's telling me I think he keeps it going. 6 for 6. Does Kyler let one get away and he goes against it, man? I think that could be the difference, man. And then, like I said, Jordan Love and that young talented offense, kind of like I said, still settling in. That receiver room in Green Bay is a little beat up though, and they've got their own problems to deal with. Romeo Doubs reportedly unhappy. Christian Watson, a regular in the tub. You know what I mean? But I think he's available for this game, I believe. But if not, Jaden Reed is a budding young star in that receiver room. They're running the ball pretty good as well. So I think Green Bay got enough to get it done at home, 27-23. Yeah, 27-23. Let me see. Oh wait, what Keandre say? He said, "You want to watch two gorillas beat on each other? Watch MMA. Boxing is the sweet science." Hey man, I don't want to go. I don't want to go that far. MMA got especially the guys at the top, man. MMA's got some high level fighting there as well. But I dig what you're saying though, bro. Like yeah, if you just want to just watch people take turns slapping each other, bro, you can watch. They got that slap shit now on TV too. If you just want to see people stand there and take turns slapping each other, you can find that. I'm talking about high level, 100-mile-an-hour chess. That's the type of boxing I like to see, bro. And that's what we got, dog. That Bivol better BF match for me, dog. That was high level chess, bro. That was chess from the shoulders, bro. Man, yeah, man. See, I don't want to talk about it too much. I think we have to go ahead and go live, man, and talk about the fight, man. Maybe sometime this week, man. Maybe like Tuesday, because Monday night, I'm watching Monday Night Football. Maybe Tuesday, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. We definitely got to do a little quick little boxing talk. 30, 45 minutes just to get in and just check everybody's temperature, see what y'all thought. Yeah, we're going to have to talk a little boxing, man. Moving on, man. Indianapolis on the road at Tennessee. Yeah, I believe, is Anthony Richardson still down? I believe Anthony Richardson may still be down for this one. And if so, man, cool Joe Flacco putting up 300-yard games like it's 2008. Man, I'll tell you, talk about born again. But I'm taking Indy on the road, 21-17. I think Will Levis is due to be back as the starter in this one. And he's just playing bad ball. That Indianapolis defense isn't terribly terrific, but with the anticipated mistakes we expect to see from Will Levis week over week, I think they get it done. And like I said, man, Joe Flacco's shown that, man, he can throw the ball, man. He can still pitch the ball. Like I said, man, like he did when he was Super Bowl Joe. And so I'll take Indianapolis 21-17 on the road in this one. I'm gonna pick up some time here, man. Houston on the road against New England. New England making the rookie. Excuse me. Let me start over. New England's rookie quarterback Drake May making his starting debut at home against the Texans. 24. I'm taking Houston 24-17. And actually, man, the more I think about it, that 17 might be a little generous for Drake May to make his first start. Houston's defense is solid. I don't want to say they're not, a premium unit, but they're a solid unit for sure. D'Amico Ryans definitely has that unit fired up and performing well. And so with Drake May making his first start, 17 points might be too much. Ramondre Stevenson, I believe he's down with injury as well. And so the offensive line is terrible. This could be a game in which the Texans really are able to get after Drake May. And so pressure, man, leads to turnovers and bust pipes, especially for young quarterbacks in this league, man. So I'm not gonna lie, I might, in hindsight, that this game may be 20. This may be a 24-9 game. I don't know. I'm trying to see Drake May lead the scoring drive now. Anyway, I am expecting the Texans to get this done. Now, defensively, the Patriots are still talented defensively, and they are without Nico Collins, and so they've got Stephon Diggs who's going to assume that number one role for sure. Tank Dell, very talented. He bumps up as well. And so there are still, a lot of weapons on that Houston, Texas side, but the Patriots defense, I'm curious to see what they're able to get done here today. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Wait, I see you in the chat. Let me see what's going on. What my dog Keandre said. Okay, so it's NFL Sunday. Anybody see Avery Johnson hit hit Deion's dance? Is that what you're trying to say? Okay, yeah, hit Deion's dance against Colorado. And no, bro, and you know what? I talked a little college football. I talked a little college football when I first got in, just warming up. But I talked about that game as well, man. And I ain't gonna lie, I had to see. I missed the earlier parts of that game, dog. I had to catch like the last quarter and a half of that game. I watched the Bivol fight. You know what I'm saying? When got my hair done. That just feels weird saying it, man. But shit, that's what it was, dog. So I didn't get to see most of that. I didn't get to really see the first half, honestly. But damn, nah, man, I missed him doing the little Dion dance if he did. That's cold. I missed him doing the Dion dance if he did, dog. That's cold, man. That's nasty work. That's nasty work. And see, a couple weeks ago, I said somebody should have did it when they ran that. I can't remember the team now, but when the guy ran that either kickoff or punt return back for a touchdown against Colorado, and I was talking to my dog Miles in the chat. I was like, bro, he should have hit the D. He should have hit the step on them boys right then. He should have hit that high step on them boys right then. Or no, that might have been against UCF. I think somebody ran a long touchdown. But yeah, no, I had said the same thing. But now if he did, hey, shout out to him. Shout out to him, bro. Kansas State did what they had to do, man. That's why I hate that Travis Hunter didn't play in that game, dog. Game-winning touchdown is a backside one-on-one go ball. Not only you let him make the 20, 30-yard catch, then you don't secure the tackle. The dude runs another 20 yards and does a naked dance in the end zone, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. So, unfortunate, man, to see Travis Hunter go down in that one. Man, moving on, man. Tampa Bay on the road at New Orleans. New Orleans without Derek Carr. Rookie, fifth-round quarterback Spencer Rattler making his first start of the season. Gets to do it at home against a division rival in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay coming off of a disappointing loss against Atlanta last week, man. A game that they really just let get away, man. A game they really dominated. A game they should have. I don't even want to say dominated because they never really officially put Atlanta away. It always felt like they were in control, but they never really put Atlanta away. And then even in the end of that game, Levante David gets an interception with like 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. That should seal the game. Run the clock out, 2-minute offense, that should seal the game. And then Bucky Irvin fumbles the ball 2 carries later, gives it back to Atlanta on the short field. I mean, so they let one get away from them. And now they go on the road to New Orleans. New Orleans who's struggling, man. New Orleans is reeling. They got off to a hot start. That defense was playing damn good. That offense was putting up points. And it seems like after those first 2 weeks, man, that offense has definitely taken 2 steps back. And that defense now, it's heavy lifting on that defense now. And so now you've got Tampa Bay who's looking for blood, trying to come back and shake off the ugly taste in their mouth from that Atlanta win, that Atlanta lost that they let get away from them. And now if you're New Orleans, you want to stop the bleeding, but now you've got a 5th-round rookie making his start. And so this is going to be a tough game for New Orleans. I do think that defense should be able to kind of keep them in it. But all told, man, I'm going Tampa Bay 24 to what I say. Is that 19? I don't know why I can't see that. 24-19 on the road to get this done. We'll see what Todd Bowles has in store for the rookie Spencer Rattler, man. Moving on, Cleveland at Philly. I'm taking Philly 21-16. Man, it's just a countdown to their free Jameis. It's just a countdown to their free Jameis, man. All right? How much longer, Cleveland? The money's already spent. This is the thing. This is how I feel. I get it. $240 million guaranteed, man. The money's spent. We can't get none of it back. The money's spent. Man, free Jameis, dog. The boys, they don't want to play for Watson. Watson look like he don't want to play for them. Nobody's happy. This is the classic marriage that everyone knows we're only here for the kids. But the kids know it's not working. Okay, Cleveland? That's the best way to put it. It's one thing to stay together for the kids. But the kids know that this don't work. Okay? We know, man. Dad, stop making excuses, man. You ain't never slept on the couch this long in your life. You've been on the couch for 8 months, bro. Dad, why you eating McDonald's in the car? Why you eating McDonald's in the car, dog? What you doing, man? Okay? The kids know it's not working. It's not working, man. Man, you ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. And you know what? Honestly, the effect this had on 2 organizations. Because before Deshaun went to Cleveland, he was going to Atlanta. So this is what made Atlanta bailed on Matt Ryan for Watson. That was just about a done deal. And then Cleveland's Hail Mary to get it to stop from going to Atlanta was, man, well, here's 240 fully guaranteed. Fully, completely, utterly guaranteed 240. Deshaun was like, shit. I mean, sorry, Hot Atlanta. Was trying to go back to the crib. But shit, y'all ain't got 240 guaranteed to go to Cleveland. Now Matt Ryan wants out. I'm not gonna stay as well. You ain't gonna come home and your wife got your replacement in the living room cooking dinner, and then you just sitting there looking at her. But then Buddy get up and decide to leave. He leave the dinner on the table. You're not just gonna sit down at the table and eat that plate she just made for him. Hell no. Matt Ryan was like, man, nah, hell no, man. I gotta get up out of here. So he goes to Indianapolis. Now it doesn't work out in Indianapolis. It doesn't. I'm glad Chop ain't in here because he'd been trying to talk some other stuff, man. Look, hindsight's 2020, Chop. But at the time, we didn't know how it was gonna play out. So Atlanta loses Matt Ryan probably a year before they wanted to. Baker, you know what I'm saying? Baker's the odd man out. You know what I mean? And now we've seen what Baker's done since then. But no, that was definitely a terrible decision. It definitely was. Definitely was, man. And talk about an organization that can't afford to take setbacks like this. The Browns have been on the wrong side of football history since Jim Brown. Since they did Jim Brown right, ain't nothing went right for Cleveland since. Or since they did Jim Brown wrong, ain't nothing went right for Cleveland since. Shoot. But moving on, man. Here's the game of the week. Game of the week, Washington at Baltimore. Man, I can't wait to see this one. The young gun, the young up-and-comer Jaden Daniels, 4-1, setting the young football world on fire. Goes up against Baltimore, Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, really finding their groove, running the ball. Derrick Henry, if they give him the touches, he's giving you the yard. That's been the problem. The first 2 weeks I was talking about on the show, I don't know why we're getting so cute, man. I don't know why we're getting so cute. Turn around and get the ball to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry should touch the football 25 times every game. That's why if we can't get Derrick Henry 25 carries in Baltimore on the Ravens, then what are we doing? If there's anywhere that it shouldn't be a question that Derrick Henry's going to have 25 carries, it's Baltimore. And Baltimore was running for that for the first 2-3 weeks, for the first 2 weeks for sure. They ran from that. All right? We talked about it on the show, man. Baltimore had a big problem. Don't chase the girl you want. Go get the girl that wants you, okay? Run the ball. You want to be pretty. You want to be 50 yards in the air. You want to be 50 pass attempts. You want 400 pass yards. That's not the one that wants you, man. That's not the one that wants you. That's the one you want. Go be with the one that wants you, Baltimore. 25 carries, 200 rushing yards, 300 rushing yards on the day total. But now I'm looking for Baltimore to get this done, 28-24. I do think that Jaden Daniels, I don't think it's going to, I'm not going to lie. I think this may be a game that probably is even a little more spread out than this score looks. But I think maybe Washington gets some style of second half score probably later in the game that kind of closes the gap. But I look for Baltimore to honestly control this one for the most part. Washington's defense, not at all spectacular, especially in the secondary. But even still, I think Baltimore's going to run the ball. I do. I just think they're really in a groove. They've really settled into who they are and what they do best. Derrick Henry running like a madman. Lamar Jackson feeding off of that as well. Lamar Jackson still being special in the air. Now I talked that talk and I said those things I said. He still has been successful in the air. He threw for 380 yards in that Bengals victory as well. But I'm just saying we should fall into those games. We shouldn't go looking for those games. That's my point. You know what I mean? That's my point. But I think Baltimore gets it done 28-24. Now, on the other side, Washington wins this game, man, and I'm not going to hear it. Washington wins this game on the road in Baltimore, the way that Baltimore's been looking these last 4 games, and Jaden Daniels is I'm starting the MVP chatter. We got to this point last year with CJ Stroud, not this early, but we got to this point around like week 9, 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there. 7, 8, 9. I think it was before 10 because he missed 2 games as well. He missed two or 3 games around this time last year. So maybe it's when he got back, week 7, 8, 9, when they really kind of went on a run and he started putting up those performances. And I think I was saying it then, like, hey man, we got CJ Stroud needs an MVP talk, bro. Jaden Daniels wins this game, and I think we can start those whispers now. I think we got to. I think we got to start those whispers now. He finds a way to get this one done. But I'm taking Baltimore at the crib. Moving on, man. The Chargers on the road at Denver. I'm taking the Chargers 20-17. But Denver's defense is playing damn well, damn good. The Chargers have been a little beat up, especially with Justin Herbert. But they really want to run the ball. If they can get back to running the ball, I think they can get this one done. And then defensively as well, Bo Nix, he's been a little up and down, but he hasn't set the world on fire. I think that Chargers defense, especially if they can find a way to get home with their rush, Khalil Mack is having a solid season. I know Joey Bosa's already been beat up and tweaked to this point in the season, but I think that Harbaugh can get in there, can really slow this game down. They can look to get back to controlling the game with their run game and J.K. Dobbins. I think they can get this done 20-17 on the road. Next, man, we got the guys, man. Pittsburgh on the road at Las Vegas. We've already kind of talked about it a little bit in the chat. I'm taking the good guys, man. I'm taking the good guys on the road 24-19. All right? 24-19. And just like my dog Miles was saying earlier, I really think this first half is going to tell a lot. Because we're not in position. We're at a place now, dropping these last 2 games that were definitely very winnable. Dropping these last 2 games. We've got 2 more games left, home games, thankfully, but it's the Jets and the Giants, and then we have a bye week. We're in a position to really build some very solid momentum heading into this bye week because our second half of the schedule is brutal, Pittsburgh. Brutal. We're going to play Baltimore and Lamar twice. We're going to play Kansas City and Patty. We're going to play Joe Burrow and the Bengals twice. We play the Browns defense twice. You know what I mean? We also, now the Eagles aren't the team that maybe we thought they were going to be to start the season, but that's not an easy matchup either, man. Like I said, that's not an easy matchup either. So I think Pittsburgh, we've got to finish this first half of the season strong. So I think just like my dog Miles said, man, Justin Fields, man, you got to show something this first half. This can't be the type of game where it's 13-10 and Justin's like, yeah, he's not playing bad. He's just not playing good. Well, let's ride it out and see if we can pull it out defense. Like, nah, this isn't that week, man. This isn't the week that we do that. Now with Russell Wilson officially and fully being back and fully in the mix and in the mode, then I don't think we give that same I don't think the leash is as long for Justin this week. I really don't think so. So I think this one has but this one, the defense for that Raiders is in bad shape, man. That secondary is terrible, especially tackling. It's a bad tackling team. You lose Christian Wilkins in the middle. You still got Max Crosby, who's a problem. And Robert Spillane at linebacker, he's a problem as well. He's a nice guy, came from Pittsburgh. But other than that, man, there's this game is there for the taking. We got to get this one done. So I'm taking the good guys, man. 24-19. 24-19. Next up, Detroit on the road at Dallas. This was borderline game of the week. If not for Washington and Baltimore, Jaden Daniels and Lamar head-to-head, kind of duking it out. If not for that, man, this is probably going to be the game of the week. It's another game I can't wait to see because this is an important one. Dallas, they get a hard-fought victory last week, man, on the road, dealing with the weather, dealing with a weather delay. Sunday night on the road, rainy. You know what I mean? Dak probably had his roughest game in the last 2 years, but finds a way to get it done when it matters most. So now you're at home. You get Detroit. Dallas has had Detroit's number for the last few years. I think I saw something say Dallas is like 6-1 against Detroit. The last 7 matches or something like that. So they've had Detroit's number here of late. But I don't know, man. I'm taking Detroit on the road. And this is why. The biggest thing for me is going to be Detroit's offensive line and their run game versus Dallas's defensive line and their run defense. Because my Steelers weren't able to run the ball. We got a lot of things going on with us in Pittsburgh. But outside of that, this Dallas run defense is there to be gashed, man. We saw that with Derrick Henry and the Ravens, what they did. We saw that with Alvin Kamara and the Saints and what they did. Both dominant, ugly losses for Dallas, and I think Detroit has that makeup that they can get this done in the same way, behind a strong run game from from David Montgomery, and Jahmyr Gibbs. That offensive line for Detroit, man, top 2, top 3. See, look here, man. I ain't asked y'all like I gave them credit. I gave them credit, dog. You know what I'm saying? They got it done, man. You know, they got it done. They got it done. Players mess up, man. It's a long season. Hey, all those cliches, dog. Hey, it's a long season. You know, it's all good. You know, it's all good. We ain't done just yet. But now they need this one, man. This will be a big win for Dallas. This will be a tremendous win for Dallas, especially to try to keep pace in that NFC East with Washington. So the Eagles are struggling. The Eagles are reeling. Jalen Hurts is not meshing well with this new offense by Kalen Moore. Honestly, I mean, it just doesn't appear to fit his style and the things he does well. That defense isn't playing to the level that we had expected to see, or that we had got accustomed to seeing, let's say, these last like 2-3 seasons. They haven't got back to that level, especially that Super Bowl run year. That the level that they were playing at, well, I guess that was 3 years ago now. Man, time flies. But they haven't got back to that level of defense in Philly. And then that offense is, like I said, struggling. The Giants are the Giants. You know what I mean? And so Dallas now is trying to close the gap and keep pace with Washington. And so this is a week in which this will be a big win for them. If Washington goes and drops a game against a very tough opponent in Baltimore, and then Dallas gets this tough win at home against Detroit, and it's an NFC victory as well. So this goes a long way to Dallas keeping pace with Washington in that division. But like I said, man, I don't like the matchup for Dallas. DeMarcus Lawrence, Tank Lawrence is still out. Is Micah Parsons out still, or is he expected to play? Micah Parsons may be out another week. And then the interior of that Dallas line is probably the weakest part of that defense. So at the D tackle position is where they're very weak at. And then you've got a very powerful offensive line, Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnow. Like I said, that two-headed monster at the running back room. So I think Detroit can really impose their will physically on this Cowboys team to be the difference. But I've got this being a close win because Detroit's secondary is problematic. And so I think there's a chance that Dallas is able to move the ball in the air and keep this one close. But I think Detroit has enough to hang on to it. 28-27, Detroit on the road is where I'm going there. Next, man, Atlanta on the road at Carolina. I'm going Atlanta 27-19. Atlanta with the very impressive come from behind overtime win against Tampa Bay. That was probably the best Thursday night football game we've seen in a while, in a very long time. I would say, we've had Thursday night football games for like 4 years now. 4 or 5 years now? That's probably a top 3 Thursday night game that we've seen. That Atlanta Tampa Bay game was a phenomenal game. I don't expect them to have much trouble on the road in Carolina. We know what Carolina is. In Atlanta, Captain Kirk really settling in, finding his groove. 500 yards passing last week against Tampa Bay. And then we've got a beat-up Carolina team without their best player on defense and Derrick Brown. And so I don't expect Atlanta to have much trouble there. Moving on to the Sunday night football game. Cincinnati on the road against the Giants. I look for Cincinnati and Joe Burrow and them to finally get a dub, man. They're 1-4. This is a Cincinnati Bengals team that's 1-4. It could literally be 4-1. I mean, they've lost some of the closest games, some of the most tightly They've lost 4 of the closest, most competitively fought games that you'll see. I think I saw a stat that said in all 4 of their losses, they've lost by like a combined 8 points. or 8 or 9 points or something like that. They've got 4 losses by a combined like 8 or 9 points or some type of crazy stat. And so a team that could be 4-1, they're 1-4. Joe Burrow is lighting it up, man. Joe Burrow is lighting it up. I expect him to keep that going against this Giants team. Now Dexter Lawrence, the big nose tackle for the Giants, he had a massive week last week. He had 3 sacks. He's got 6 sacks to this point in the season, second in the league to be a nose tackle at like 340 pounds. So he's definitely getting after the quarterback. That's a problem. That could be a huge problem for Cincinnati. Their offensive line is very weak, and so if Dexter Lawrence is able to cause havoc up front there, this could be a different story. But the Giants are still without Malik Neighbors, and like I just don't have any faith in Daniel Jones at all to overcome or outduel Joe Burrow. So I'm going Joe Burrow, man. Joe Beasley and the boys on the road get their second win of the year, 27-20. See, moving on. Monday Night Football. Buffalo on the road in New York. The Jets now without head coach Robert Saleh, fired and let go earlier this week, or just this past Tuesday. So we'll see what they do. Now the division lead is on the line here, which is so crazy. As poor a start as the Jets have got to start, have as poor a start as the Jets have had to this point in the season, all the drama, all the turmoil, even before the season started. Aaron Rodgers not going to training camp, the mandatory portion or otherwise, then kind of getting off to a slow start, up and down performances, 2-3. You fire Robert Saleh week 5 on the Tuesday randomly. I don't think much of anybody seen this coming. If anything, you thought the offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett, was going to get fired. And instead, Saleh's the guy that gets let go. Buffalo comes out, starts very well. I think they start 3-0. They've dropped their 2 of the last 3. The lack of talent offensively is really starting to show up for Buffalo. And so now they're in position where the winner of this game is number 1 in the NFC East. So big game for the Jets. We'll see how they respond or what they look like now that Robert Saleh has been let go. But I'm taking Buffalo on the road in this one. Y'all know how I feel about Big Josh. I'm taking Buffalo 24-20 to get this done. But I'm not going to lie, man. Buffalo's got to finish something out offensively. I expect this is the week I expect that we'll hear something about Devontae Adams. I'm thinking my Steelers have got to be firmly in play here, but my Steelers and the Bills are definitely the two teams that I think need Devontae most, in my opinion. And so, man, we'll see what Buffalo looks like today. This could be an audition for them as well for Devontae. I think my Steelers are auditioning for Devontae right now at his crib in Las Vegas. We need to look impressive or look like we could do something with him there. And Buffalo's got a chance to do the same, man, to see if who can win that midseason sweepstakes for Devontae's services for the rest of the year. But yeah, no, I'm looking, man. No, that's it. That's all. Man, we had a good time, man. We ran through all those games. Like I said, man, the game of the week, the game I'm really most excited to see for sure. Just Washington and Baltimore. I want to see what Jaden Daniels looks like trying to duel or duke it out with Lamar Jackson. Also going against that defense, that Baltimore defense. Always stingy, always aggressive. Marlon Humphreys is having a good bounce back season. I feel like his last 2-3 seasons had left a lot wanting, and it feels like this year he's bounced back nicely, and he's playing good ball to this point in the season. The youngster Nate Wiggins from Clemson has looked good when he's on the field as well. So definitely want to see what Jaden Daniels is able to do in this style of matchup in a hostile environment with all eyes on him. And then also, man, like I said, that Detroit and Dallas game is another one I'm really interested in seeing as well. Definitely can't wait to see my guys out there in Vegas getting it done. Y'all know what's going on. Big Nation business today. We need this one. So can't wait to see that. But, man, other than that, that's it. That's all, man. Look, I'm giving y'all back. Y'all got 30 minutes left. You got 30 minutes to find your favorite spot on your favorite couch. Get your favorite adult beverage. Tell the wife and kids to find something to do. Pull up, turn your TV on, and kick back and enjoy your Sunday Funday football, man. Enjoy yourself. Tap in with your dog. I'll be on all my social media platforms. Y'all see what's going on, man. If you on X or on Twitter, give your dog a follow, tap in. Y'all know what? I'm getting real busy over there as well. So look to see and talk to y'all over there. Real quick before we get out of here, man, we're going to go ahead and do That real ball talk right now, man. Shout out to the members that was in the building today. Shout out to the fam bam. Mama made it this morning. See, you was about a month. You've been late for about a month. Mom was the first one to the door today. Appreciate that. Fam bam sis in the building as well. Appreciate you as always, lady. My dog, man, Big Nation Business was in the building. You know what's going on, man. We're gonna take care of business today in Las Vegas. We also get that 3:00 window. And so I do like that, man. I feel like sometimes while we're doing the show, that I got to hurry up and rush and try to set up for the 12:00 game. You know what I mean? So like now I get to kind of take my time, really get to watch all these other 12:00 games, and then tap in and catch us in the afternoon slot. So I'm here for it. My dog Miles, man, in the building as well this morning. Appreciate your homeboy. Said them Steelers should run it up. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? From your lips to God's ears, man. Yo, listen, guys, there's been shout out to my dog Keandre, man. Say them Chiefs still holding it down, man. Going into their bye week, perfect 5-0. I ain't mad at you at all, big dog. I ain't mad at you at all. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. You deserve it. We'll be there though, man. We see y'all this year too. We see y'all this year. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens. I think we play y'all Christmas night. Yeah, we got Christmas. We got Christmas present for Patty's ass, boy. Don't you worry. So we'll see y'all shortly. But nah, hey, until then, y'all know what's going on, man. Say it with me at home if you're ready. If I forgot to say your name, damn, my bad. But charge it to my head. Don't charge it to my heart. You know I'm thinking about you. Appreciate all the love and support as always, man. Shout out to the members in the building. Y'all know what's going on, man. I love having y'all in the chat and engaging with your dog, man. Can't wait to see these games today. Can't wait to circle back Wednesday, 7:00. All right, pull up on your dog. We'll go over all today's action. Man, where Willie was right, where Willie was wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? See how everything played out. We'll also talk about any news going on. Y'all know what's going on, man. It'll be a real good time. Also, boxing fans, stay tuned. I got a feeling, man, I'm not going to be able to help myself. I'm probably going to do some style of impromptu live or something. I'm thinking maybe Tuesday is what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? I'm thinking maybe Tuesday. Just pop on for like 30, 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? See who's trying to talk a little boxing, man. Because that better BF and Bivol matchup was one for the ages in my mind. And it definitely man, shakes up the pound for pound, I think, man. Pound for pound top 10. I'm gonna go back and take a look at my list and kind of reshape or see how, reshape or give my thoughts on how everything stands now on the heels of this fight. And so y'all stay tuned for that. But other than that, y'all have fun, y'all be safe, enjoy y'all Sunday. Peace.